Hello, viewers, and welcome back to Nobody Saves the World, where today we're dragging ass, is what I was about to say. That's not good. What's a phrase that has the word dragon in it? Anyway, today we're a dragon. Today, the scales of justice, something. How does cleverness even work, really? Okay, so just hit people with the claws. We don't even have to do the charge up. What do we want to? In theory, the lava might apply a status effect, but I'm probably not going to be using it all that much because I'm going to be trying to burn through these early levels really quickly. So I guess we'll just take some stuff that's like very generically good. Crit Cleric. Not Crit Cleric. Crit King. Kings are better than clerics. Everybody knows this. Like Zom Nom Nom and... Mermaid's Resolve is not useful yet. The stun powder's always fine, right? The poison tip? Let's go poison tip. Dragon has poison tip claws. That seems reasonable. And then, you know, get me out of trouble if I do something foolish. Okay, let's go. What am I doing? We're just kind of up here. Okay, what we are doing is looking around for the opportunity to enter the remaining two big dungeons. And I did dodge a bunch of dungeons on the way out here, which we can... Oh, I like this. The attacks come out very quickly. Very easy to get that poison. Look at that. Beautiful. I like it. I like it very much as a basic attack. I mean, you're no necromancer, obviously, but there's good things going on here. Okay, hold to breathe fire, power and range, dwindle after 1 second, builds a bunch of burn. So, okay, you want to do like tap fires. Is there a cooldown on it? Okay, yep, burn people. Crit status afflicted baddies with the Clombo. Dragon's Dread increases crit versus status baddies. And just burn people. So burn people and also burn people. Plus 10% crit chance versus baddies that have negative status effects applied. So, okay, we want to be applying a status effect that doesn't do damage to take maximum advantage of that. Critting people, on the other hand, is definitely good, but it's bad to crit them before we get the status on. So I might want to remove this. Let's actually turn it into Crit Cleric. We'll do it that way. So... Just set a lot of people on fire. Yeah, okay. Unpaused and just eyeballs flying at my face. Okay, we got a couple in there. You don't have to get very many, so I feel like we're gonna burn through this challenge very quickly. And we're pretty close to having all of the class-related abilities in the entire game, right? Okay, I don't remember. Is there something over here to the left? Oh, that goes toward the Hellmouth, though. We've got to be close to... Is this the critical dungeon on this side? No, this is totally the critical dungeon on this side. We got to get up to... level question marks. So I'm assuming it's level considerably higher than we are currently at. I guess we better go do other dungeons then, just to gain some ranks. So we're not too far from the depleted mines. There's no health pickups there, but we can heal in other ways. So I'm gonna do one of these. Curse you, low health enemies, not giving me time to get my crits off. Wow, we got two crits really quickly against that first enemy, and I was like, this is gonna be easy. Obviously, we will be able to maintain this pace indefinitely. Here's the thing about the crits, they're random. That's how crits work, so... Okay, making good progress. Let's go do a dungeon. I hate that we can't... Trust you. I hate that we can't fly over these little, like, these tiny little ankle-high barriers. You would imagine any character class should be able to just walk over those. Do I want to walk in here into the no health pickups dungeon at half HP? So I have both Crit Cleric and Zom Nom Nom. Yeah, sure. We'll be fine, right? That's all it's gonna take. Yep. Still worth breaking stuff because we need mana. Also, love a form that has a basic attack that isn't a pain to use. You know, like with the slugs and stuff, if we want to, anytime we want to attack something, we have to completely stop moving for a second. This is very easy and convenient, and we can just go straight down, huh? Curious. Also, I should probably throw some upgrades on this. Yeah, bumping that up is a good idea. More mana, always good. I'm not going to upgrade the Fire Breath because I don't want the power to stay active any longer than it absolutely has to. Try to do as little damage as possible to the enemies while we're getting the burn actually applied. Why is this dungeon built this way? Who would do this? Well, this sucks. Fun dungeon for dealing bonus damage to people who are statused, though. Alright. Continue to burn people. Now, I am the one who is on fire, sadly. Okay. I guess we can... I'm going to cut Stun Powder and put on Crit King. So crits give us the Crit Cleric heal, but they also give us more healing in general. Because we're getting a percentage of our damage dealt as healing with Zom Nom Nom, so... Never mind, not a concern, I'm dead. You can't heal from that. In this game. In many fantasy settings, obviously, it is more or less trivial. That's the thing that's always kind of bothered me about... This is off topic. But that's the thing that's always kind of bothered me about a lot of games like Dungeons and Dragons. They have, like, completely trivial... And this is more or less true in different specific games and settings, obviously. But they have this thing, right? The ubiquity of Raised Dead, and the fact that in many editions of Dungeons and Dragons, a party of players that has like a cleric or whatever is going to get access to Raised Dead really early, and never really, like, it's never going to be a huge problem for them ever again. And obviously it doesn't cover every death, but like, because yeah, I think you still have to have a certain amount of the body left, and but like, that is, if it is the case that there's a significant number of people in the world who are essentially immune to death, that changes everything about society, right? And I feel like it gets, the impact of it gets dramatically undersold in most fantasy settings. I thought 13th Age was relatively thoughtful about the way they handled this, but I mean, that's just kind of generally true of 13th Age. It was much more thoughtful than it was given credit for, I think. Actually, hot take, 13th Age, a real good game made by people who are good at game design. This is inconvenient. Okay, it's gonna be really hard for me to get the... We might have to not get our lava burst off against this group of enemies, because they're doing very annoying things. And my health is poor. Just like in real life. Damn it. It does not feel like we are healing. I'm not watching my HP bar, but it does not feel like I am healing. So it seems like this dungeon is probably going to be pretty short and have a pretty small number of encounters in it. And in theory, I could just like play in a much safer way and survive. But form quests, you know? Plus, they are worth XP. The thing we need to do here is level up. And succeeding on form quests seems like a good way to do that. Alright, how many more Colombo fires do we have to cause? 3? And then just continue to hold the fire breath. Oh, I hate it. Oh, I hate it. Wow, okay. You get a visual indication that your charge has finished. It seems like significantly before the charge is actually finished. If you let go of S when you see the flash on the dragon, you just release an attack. You have to wait like what feels like almost a whole second. All right, crit burning baddies with claws, crit burning baddies with fire breath, do dark damage, explode baddies with status explosion. Okay, well, first of all, that's easy enough to do. We're gonna change up our strat here a little bit. So status explosion rules. I'm gonna use consume to try to stay alive. Because I think it's gonna be much more helpful. Well, I got one claw off there. This dungeon sucks a huge amount. I hate it here very much. Nope, that's not a way. Well, this is still something worth doing, though. Okay, so we can't get down here by going to the right, but I can just fly directly through these. Whatever, I'm a dragon. Who cares? It takes a lot of mana to start Fire Breath. Way more than I would expect. Okay, I'm gonna have to start actually using Consume again. I was trying to save mana for Fire Breath as much as possible, but... Right, I forgot we had that as a quest. I mean, we should probably at least check... Okay, never mind. There's not much over here. It's a dead end up there, too, and there's not even a chest. Hopefully this next level will be the last one, and we'll at least get the teleporter activated. Okay, that was a pretty solid bite. Alright, what is custom 2? Tempest Barrage. I'm gonna not worry about that just yet. Because we definitely need to deal a bunch more dark damage, and also, you know, I want to live. What if we survived until we got to the fast travel point? Can you imagine such a future? I love the fact that one of the most vital abilities throughout the entirety of the run, and showing absolutely no signs of slowing down, is the first thing you learn from rat form. Because it turns out rats are the heroes we all need right now. The only sensible conclusion to be drawn. I suppose for the purposes of resolving bottlenecking, I really should be trying to kill with only consume wherever possible, wherever we have the mana, just so that we can get rid of consume and apply the barrage. Really? I thought for sure we had to be on the last floor. How big is this damn dungeon? How much more of that? Okay, 15. Okay, now the question is, can we afford to unequip consume, you know, for survival purposes? And I think the answer might be no. You know what? Keeping 1,000-year nap up is also important, and apparently we're like a third of the way through it already. So let's maybe just keep consume equipped for the moment. We'll get all this other stuff eventually. It'll happen. Well, these fire traps are probably a lot more frightening if you can't swim or fly. Just sort of route myself around here. Wow, that goes down really quickly. All right, what's my other ability? Classic. Alright, fireball explodes, leaving a lava pool that builds burn. That'll make some of this other stuff a little bit easier. Use fire breath to inflict a status other than burn. I do love the name of this challenge. I think we're going to keep... We are going to keep our consume active for the moment. I guess I don't need to have status explosion though. We can go back to doing like poison tipped here. Get him. Turns out not to be a viable strategy. Who would have thought? Very annoyed about the degree to which I failed my consume there. Nobody's fault but my own. Still annoyed. You know, it's possible this dungeon doesn't need to be this fucking long. Maybe we can just call it at the bottom of these stairs, perhaps. Not looking promising. Okay, no, we're good. We're good. All right, I'm sure I'm going to fail this the first time, but at least we got here. Ah, damn it. I'm just gonna take it real slow here for a second. Try to get myself a little bit of consume going. Obviously, the utility of this strategy is somewhat limited if doing the thing to get the consumes makes me also take a bunch of damage, so it'd probably be good to be more careful than I'm being. Okay, that one turned out to just be really easy. I guess that's fair. The final room of that particular dungeon being really easy, because you are somewhat likely to be in a really bad spot by the time you get there. What is this? Okay, that's the Tempest Barrage thing. Yeah, we're doing fine on everything else. Let's go ahead and pull Tempest Barrage now. I'm a little surprised that the missiles do Dark Element. But I guess that's, the idea that robots do dark damage is sort of a video game classic. That's really weird. I kind of figured we would come out of the dungeon in a way that would make sense of that little doorway there. But I guess not. Alright, we probably want to go for this one next, yeah? Level 45 might be a little bit of a challenge. Can I really not? Okay. They made one tiny spot too small for the dragon to fit through for some reason. Okay. Really don't want to have to try to melee them. Yeah, it's not actually okay. I have to hold it for the lava pool. Well, that explains it. I was gonna say I thought this was supposed to be leaving stuff behind. dies. No, won't be nearly enough. Okay, the damage from the lava pool is actually very significant. Seems like a good ability, broadly. How does one reach the... Oh, it's just up there. Yeah, I guess we should just go grab that ferry. Seems like it's in a place that's pretty easy to get to. Am I going to have to get small up here? No, you cannot enter from here at all. You have to go past the dungeon. Okay. You know, 250 mana, 254 mana. It's a big difference. Plus, who doesn't love onion pie? Alright, let's go do a dungeon we're not quite ready for yet. Potentially? Okay, baddies cannot be knocked back by your attacks, which is certainly going to create some additional risk for us. Being able to bounce the enemies off with our claws is definitely helpful. I've got a fun idea. Why don't I just stand in the pool of poison garbage? So it seems like the lava pool does not, in fact, apply the burning effect. It was dealing damage. All of these enemies are just unburnable. Was that in the description of the unknockable? Huh. Yep, cool. That's exactly where I meant for that to go. I'll admit, I do kind of like the underground skeletons wielding bombs. That's a cool design. Quiz my start. Is this a good time? Well, actually, it seems to have paused all the enemies. They're just taking damage, so sure. Yeah, it seems like a good time. Alright, sure, I'm ready to plays. What is the name of the tavern that houses the Knights Guild? The Round Tables, right? I'm pretty sure. Alright. It's mostly a little bit of money, which I guess is fine. Alright, so we know for sure that at least some of the enemies in here can be poisoned, but we don't know which ones. Or can be set ablaze. So it's not like a dungeon-wide effect. It might just be that there are certain kinds of enemies that can't be cannot be set on fire. So I still need to poison people with fire breath. We can do that pretty easily. Okay. Charge fireballs into groups. Also a thing that's not that hard to do in theory. I don't know if it was a good decision there to stand in the fire until I got my status effect applied, but, you know, commitment. I committed very heavily to the plan. Okay, actually going to die. A food item sure would be cool. Cool. I do feel like I should be immune to poison pool on account of I am flying. Like, I'm definitely not touching the poison with any part of my body. Alright, there we go, all better. Well, this is awkward. How am I actually going to even get the rest of them? Let's lead them to a place where I'm not fighting directly on top of their bit up. What a very annoying enemy type. I gotta be honest with you. It's not going well, but it is going better than I thought it might. Better than I feared it might. Is perhaps a better way to put that. Alright, I am tired of these exploding enemies. And I say that, so of course, here's some more exploding enemies. Right, everything costs 1 billion mana. And these things don't get bounced back by my claw attacks, so I just kind of have to let them do this. So none of the bombs and none of the fire-breathing enemies can be set on fire. The fire-breathing enemies, I mean, I can't be too mad. That makes a kind of sense. Oh, these Huh, that bomb enemy could be set on fire. Haven't we tried a bunch with these guys only to have it fail? Whatever, I guess it doesn't really matter. We can always just complete the forum quest outside the dungeon if it comes to that. I was really hoping that the charge through maneuver that we did there was going to result in more of the enemies detonating than it did. I mean, there's simply no way to dodge this thing's attacks with the hitbox the size of ours. Wow, I hate that zero wind up, completely unpredictable charge move that deals damage and knocks you back and stuns you. That's really rough. No, I'm trying to use this. It does seem like in a lot of situations, the best thing we can do is just get hit by the orb projectile the instant it comes out of his mouth. Yeah, those are pretty unavoidable. Okay, just gotta keep up the crit-based healing. It is weird how inconsistently the burn applies. Also, apparently... Oh, no, I didn't... Right. I didn't miss a chest. That chest didn't exist last time I was in here. Alright. Just trying to make sure that we're getting as much of our poison applied by fire breath as possible. Getting close. This part's taking way longer than I thought it was going to. Alright. I've had enough of this place. This place sucks. How are we going to... I guess the answer is just walk a considerable distance. What I'm trying to do is get back to the... Huh. It just blew up at my face instead of going anywhere. That's fun. Figure out how to get to the fast travel as quickly as possible, and it turns out the answer to that is going to be probably just run a lot. Fully held in place, 100% stationary by that that crab enemy. That sucks. Okay, we definitely conversed with this dolphin already. Okay. And we get a normal level up as well, which is good because we still actually really need like a lot. I didn't even make it to 40. I didn't even make it to 44 from doing the dungeon. Terrible stuff. All right, charge fireballs on multiple enemies, like really easy. Some of this other stuff's a little bit more annoying. Okay, cool. All of those just went directly into the wall. All right. I need to... And what I need to do is continue gaining levels. Are there any more dungeons around here? Yeah, we could do that. I guess it's probably technically... It's not close, but it is closest. Okay. What is the next fireball quest? Okay, just do damage with fireball. Got it. Try to save your fire breath for enemies that you think are going to survive long enough to sustain a reasonable number of hits. Probably not these ones. Yeah, just holding the really weak flame on an enemy is a pretty good way to generate an awful lot of chances to crit. I was going to try to just walk it all the way to the next group of enemies, but turns out there isn't one. Oh, right, the grape juice guy. You know, grape juice is like the blood of grapes. Those two concepts are indistinguishable from one another. Sorry, I didn't actually look at what this is. Is it just light? Okay, light's no problem. Light we can work with. So we have a strong incentive to use our fire-based abilities in this dungeon, and a lot of enemies who are hardy enough to really absorb a lot of hits. Not sure that that's the direction I was supposed to be facing, but fine. Gosh, that was not a lot of form points. Kill 8 baddies with 1 fire breath one time. I mean, that's not too hard. We just need to find a swarm situation. Yeah. Still gotta do all this. Damn it, I pushed him out of the fire. Oh, dangerous. Come on, just die, just die, just die. These summons probably don't count toward quest progress, right? I was trying to get to that 8 baddies in 1 fire breath thing there, and I thought I could, but the summons must not count. That's the only explanation for the thing that we just witnessed. Damn it. Still need to score quite a few more claw crits. Oh right, if the spinning enemy hits you, it knocks you out of anything you were doing, no matter what it is. Because the spinning enemy is profoundly annoying. Sorry, hold on a second. Just realized. Okay. Sorry, had a little screen rearranging to do there because I was... Well, it doesn't matter why. But everything's good now. Hi, how are you? This is only 7 enemies. Okay, here we go. That was only 6 enemies. Here's a 7th real enemy. And then if this one counts, we can just sit here and work this out. Please let this be a real enemy for the purposes of that counter. Also, slowly ticking up the Zom Nom Nom. Alright. Again, not really a lot of form points for that, but it's here. We may as well do it. It's weird how none of these really give anything. 2 of these are tier 3s. Weird. Anyway. You can get a lot of fireball kills here with a relatively small number of fireballs. On claw crits. Oh, we're so close. So close. I'm sure these are tuned so that you have to do a bunch of very, very small progress quests to actually get to S rank. And S rank is where you can buy the last level of upgrades, right? So I still need to actually do this. Once we get through claws, it'll be a lot easier to focus on that. All right, we'll take it. Okay. Yep, and only 2 left. All right. Oh, you're not status afflicted anymore. Well, now you are, now that it doesn't matter. Unfortunately, The lava puddle is not really going to be a good way to spread the burning status, because it just does way too much damage. That's weird. These melee enemies don't seem to have much interest in us. Okay, one more. And then, like, we're rapidly running out of quests. Oops. Okay, I don't actually think Tempest Barrage is good for the dragons, so I'm very happy to unequip that. Kill baddies while familiars are up. I mean, Zombite's gotta be the best way to do that, right? We do this. I don't necessarily think that's any good. It's just, it's too damn hard to summon the, to actually get the familiars to come out with that one. Again, a real shame that those summonable minions don't actually count. I've gotten 0 on that in that big fight. And then sadly, all of my dudes here are just going to decay before we see any other living things. Well, any other enemies. I suppose I shouldn't be so reductive. So I know that they did the, there's two things really behind the procedurally generated dungeons idea, I imagine. First of all, obviously, it lets you have a lot more total content in your game. Secondly, sorry. Little distracted here. Secondly, it lets you do that thing where if the player dies in the dungeon, they get sent back into a different but similar dungeon to, first of all, just prevent you from, like, learning your way through every problem. And secondly, wow, this is taking forever. I really thought we were going to burn through this quest so quickly. So yeah, anyway, sorry, getting distracted because of my brain. So in theory, it gives you variety. In theory, it gives you both a resistance to the player just like learning the challenges of the dungeon one by one, and also lets you shuffle away a design that has a problem in it that a player can't solve. But the unfortunate, like, the very real downside that I think outweighs all of those other ideas is that it just means you get a lot of dungeons that are really boring. You know, machines aren't actually good at creating compelling content. Okay. Hate these guys even more than usual when I'm trying to do stuff that involves living familiars. Come on, die. There we go. Also, it sucks to throw spinning enemies at me in a space that is that small. How dare they? Alright, do this dungeon and then also do some dungeons. Both of them pretty locked up. And all the way to level 46. Honestly, could be better. Things could be going more smoothly. Oh, you did it. You have mine and the cow's thanks. Now my friends and I can sip grape juice and play backgammon. He probably had more of a vampire voice before, didn't he? Why, hello, stranger. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I'll see you around. Why is that so menacing? Also, I love the werewolf. I still love the werewolf design. It's the best sprite in the game. Okay. We actually have quite a lot of money. So we probably ought to buy some stats. And I don't know, in terms of defenses, like, it's way harder to predict what we're going to find useful, so we'll just, like, alternate these. Sorry, I should get them each to the same level first, though. The amount of delay after you finish purchasing a thing before you can move to purchase the next one is a little annoying. How dare you? Sorry. I want to create some zombies. We could probably get through this familiars thing pretty quickly out here in the world. Yeah. Okay, and that was the thing that was worth all of the form points. So now just hit 47 enemies with Fireball. Seems like a winner. Again, we don't know if the counter is indicating the number of enemies that must be hit or the number of hits that must be performed. Things that are subtly but meaningfully different. And we don't know of any more dungeons in this area. There's still the slug thing that we could do for XP. No, sorry, we know about this. Baddie status immunity is not a thing I want to be coping with right now, so we might try to jump to the other side of the map. Well, I guess I just need to hit enemies with Fireball. We don't need to be doing statusy stuff. Also, got a little distracted there. I was supposed to be going down. All right, if we're going to do that, what, like replace this with Consume again, probably? Consume worked really well. And then our crit stuff isn't really going to work because it's based on the idea that we can get our enemies to be afflicted by statuses. I mean, Smite's just free damage when damaged or healed. So as long as we have Zom Nom Nom up, it's potentially triggering all the time. And what we do instead is just like throw on bonus crit chance. Yeah, that should be fine. All right, let's go do that dungeon up there then. We don't need to be able to inflict statuses on enemies. Turned around a little bit prematurely. Okay. What is the best? A lot of these things aren't particularly close to the fast travel portals. And how dare they, really? Damn it, I keep... So you, the button press and the actual fireball coming out are separated by a few frames. If you press the button and then try to turn around right afterward, you will turn around before the fireball is shot. It's just something I'm going to have to get used to. Also, why do ambient fires in the environment need to harm the player? Is that really useful? Is that really a thing that needs to happen for game balance? Alright, we got one more dungeon in this area, and you know what? I think we can save it. We need light damage, which is the primary thing. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just burn through real fast. We can handle this. I do not need to read the sign. I'm pretty sure I understand the plain English that we have been presented with. And at this point, really, we are actually in a place where we just want to use the most effective tool for the job all of the time. You know, by tool I mean form, obviously. But I guess it makes sense to level up the forms that have the broader, the more broadly useful abilities. The kinds of like passives and stuff we always pull on everybody. Makes sense to level those forms up to S next so that we can have a reasonably powerful suite of abilities. I do appreciate Smite being light damage. It's very convenient in here. Please just die. Damn it. Please don't hit me sideways right as I'm about to attack. Also, I really do hate being slowed. To the point where I wonder if maybe the, we have a passive that makes you unslowable, don't we? Wondering if it might be worth it to equip that. Hooray! Absolute perfection. The most perfect dragon. I think Dragon's Dread is probably pretty good on a lot of forms, actually. That's one we definitely want to upgrade. Stat Explosion. Bigger explosion, not better explosion. Okay, let's take Crit King up as well. Crit Cleric is probably worth an upgrade. Can't cap these out because they're tied to our base form. I don't know if we're going to use the other dragon abilities all that much, though. Alright, what else would we want to level up? Steel Plated's not terrible. Honestly, Monk. Let's get Monk leveled up. I haven't taken Holy Light on anybody else, but Holy Light is worth using, probably. So yeah, let's swap back over to Monk form for the rest of this. We will still have access to light damage, which obviously is very important. I kind of want to equip a light ability. What's the cheapest light attack? Okay, Bloblob's not a bad one. This one just doesn't list its cost, which is bad. Yeah, let's do that. And then just like what if crit chance though? Seems pretty solid. Definitely want Zom Nom Nom while we have Smite. And then does Stun Powder make the most sense, or yeah, because we already build stun with these attacks. Oh right, I was gonna look at, am I remembering correctly? Didn't we have, oh, I didn't buy it. I think it's on the merchant. Well, we'll just have to deal. What are my skills? Use Bless Me, create familiars, break wards with sharp and dark damage. Well, we can't do this in here anyway. I suppose we could take a thing that's going to give us familiars. Sure. And Holy Light and Smite will be the way we're breaking shields. That doesn't seem great necessarily. I'm just going to go ahead and use Bless Me. Okay, the effect travels with us at least. That's nice. I'm taking a fair amount of damage. Just a tiny bit, you know. Sorry, so it's heal familiars. So I want to cast my heal while I have familiars up. One of the passives makes you heal your familiars. Let's replace the stun with that, just to get through this challenge. Okay. Wow, we got through that really quickly. Apparently you don't actually have to be restoring the HP, you just have to be triggering the healing. Alright, 2 more Bless Me's, break wards. So I can't actually get you to S anyway. We may as well just finish off the Bless Me's. There we go. Very slowly generate mana by punching invincible enemies. Yeah, Holy Light is just like 100% bananas. What a powerful design. Please tell me it's not just heal yourself. Okay, it is heal yourself 10 times with Bless Me. That's kind of what I thought it was going to be. Well, let's keep at it. I'll say this, the procedural dungeon design doesn't stop some interesting things from occurring. Like, I'm sure they programmed this dungeon to generate a lot of dagger throwing traps. And then they gave the dungeon a lot of slugs as enemy types. And, you know, that creates something interesting. You're, how with this cast? There we go. You're going to have those situations where it's more interesting and difficult than usual to run through the traps because there's slug slime around. But even that's not, like, amazing. Okay, I am so overjoyed to be allowed to leave this floor. This floor, which sucks so much. Oh, dear. I'm not feeling too good. Help me. The calamity will eat us all. The code is... Code to what? 5. 5. 5. And... Yeah, 5. Okay, is it the code to the gate outside the... Yeah, okay. Alright. Cool. I still don't even know what level that dungeon is, so that seems like a problem. Do I have to have seen it? Maybe it's not that it's like too high level for me to even know it, but rather it's that I have not touched the gate yet. Well, we'll find out after we do this. And by do this, I mean cast bless. Okay. Yeah, actually, the familiars are like pretty okay here, because with the healing stuff, they're able to tank the crabs for a really long time, and they're drawing attention off of me. The adorable bunny rabbit tank. Who would have thought? Okay. I feel like that rabbit thing actually worked really well. That was pretty good. It matters a lot less what your abilities are when the enemies choose never to hit you. And then I think like we have a question as to whether or not we actually want to change this loadout, because it seems great. It's not maybe what I would have built myself, but it seems very good. All right, let's go look at the corp. I guess it probably will be slightly faster to go to the fast travel. Now that we can actually get in, I wanna see if we can get close enough to have it actually report a value to us. Surprise! And in fact, if this upcoming dungeon has sharp wards in it, this loadout's actually going to be very good for accomplishing our objective. So maybe we do in fact want to just leave it in place. Entry code required. 5555, you assert. Okay, authenticating. Correct. Code verified, you may pass. Yep. Monsters have sealed the door. Not a big deal. Okay, level 50. We're actually not even that far off. Is it a good idea to go in at 47? Probably not. I'm going to say probably not. But it doesn't matter. This all seems like a problem for next time, doesn't it? So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When y'all come back next time, tomorrow, probably, we're going to be taking on the Secret Corporation. We're going to have to do a little bit of power leveling first, but we're going to do it, and it's going to be awesome. We're going to get these gem shards, and we are hurtling toward the Calamity. So maybe not actually a good thing to be hurtling toward. Well, I guess we'll reconsider our plans tomorrow, and we'll see you then.